Van kindsbeen af, met raad en saam, met lyding en hoop, verdriet en saam staan jy staan. Jy is altyd daar. Dit wat ons doen, ons liefdes, ons vreugdes, ons plekke, ons thuisdes, tot daar waar ons reis, jy is daar. Afrikaans is ons wese. Dis die taal waarin ons groeit, die taal is in ons bloed, is Afrikaans, vir ons mense. En ek stuur vir jou 'n sein, met 'n boodskap daarby, en waar jy is, sal jy dit kry, in Afrikaans vir ons mense. Al verander straatname, al word helde laat val, ons is steeds stuur ons adem, ons kultuur, ons verhaal, dit sal altyd bestaan. Afrikaans is ons wese. Dis die taal waarin ons groeit, die taal is in ons bloed, is Afrikaans, vir ons mense. En ek stuur vir jou 'n sein, met 'n boodskap daarby, en waar jy is, sal jy dit kry, in Afrikaans vir ons mense. Ons is daarmee gebore, die taal waarvoor ons staan, dit vloei deur ons are, ons kinders praat het saam, dit sal altyd bestaan. Afrikaans is ons wese. Dis die taal waarin ons groeit, die taal is in ons bloed, is Afrikaans, vir ons mense. En ek stuur vir jou 'n sein, met 'n boodskap daarby, en waar jy is. Dis die taal waarin ons groeit, die taal is in ons bloed, is Afrikaans, vir ons mense. En ek stuur vir jou 'n sein, met 'n boodskap daarby, en waar jy is, sal jy dit kry, en Afrikaans vir ons mense. Afrikaans vir ons mense. Afrikaans vir my mense. Afrikaans vir ons mense.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming, it's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Well, I think the first question, folks, is, are we suffering a cyber attack? All kinds of weird things happening with the internet today. What's going on? I don't know. It's strange. YouTube, whatever it's been doing lately, preventing broadcasts from starting on time and delaying them by 30 seconds, actually stopped for my broadcast earlier. It went live within the first 5 seconds twice. Now, once again, we're back to 30 seconds. Buffering breaks in the thing. I'm checking. My internet connection is here, so I don't know what's going on. All kinds of really strange things happen. Maybe Zoom is being attacked, maybe others. But I will ask you this question, folks. It is 2024, September 17th. Right there, September 17th, 2024. Yes, it's 22 degrees Celsius in my studio. 12:22 on a Tuesday. Who the hell uses pagers? Other than criminals. But being connected to the electronic world is dangerous. Cyber is a very serious situation. So here on my desk, I have this mobile, and this mobile, all of which could be used as weapons by a nefarious actor who accesses the network and could set your phone to make your battery explode. Crazy, huh? It's a crazy world. Yeah, so an attack against terrorists in Lebanon leads to numerous deaths and thousands injured. We're going to talk about that as we start the program here, but let me greet everybody in the chat and thank you for your patience for the hiccups today, and also for tuning in previously, some of you, to the interview, the Indaba conversation with Dirk Heumann from Solidarity, the Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Dirk Heumann. Heumann. Oh, I got Dewald Uman in my mind, big time. Charles Van Altsen was here right off the bat. Ulrich Fenter, and the timestamps are here this time in my software. Arctic, Esther Kotze, Pablo Charlie, Chris Sten. Welcome, Chris. Monray Siebert's in from the Cape Town area. Richard Kuhn, Trevor Bush, and then Charles Van Altsen, the voice of reason. John Huchin, Paulie, the brains behind the operation. Ants here once again. Good to see you. Sue Walsh, greetings. Hope everyone's okay. In Afrikaans ons mense. Yep. Okay. God bless the Colonel Lafitte is stuttering a bit tonight. It is. And you guys are actually, let me see, a few seconds behind me. Let me see if I'm caught up now. Okay. So I told him to get mice for his internet. Yeah, no, the mice eat the wires. It doesn't work, CVO. What I need is hamsters or gerbils to sit on the wheel. You know, hamsters love to run on the wheel, and they keep the energy going. Gus is here. What's happening with exploding pagers? We're going to talk about that in just a moment. Did they activate specific pagers? They did. They activated specific pagers. At least that was the plan. We don't know who did it. The Israelis have refused to comment. Was it the CIA? Was it MI6, MI5, whatever? Was it the Israelis or the Iranians? I doubt it was the Iranians, because that's the people that they support. So anyway, Robert Franklin says hi from Ronaldo's hometown here in Gebera. Well, welcome, Robert. Good to see you there. John Huchin in from Arizona. Mark Purchase is here. Alan Kotze and Anti-Socials made it back, along with Janet Lydian from South Carolina. They did activate the pagers and blew them up. Maybe gerbils. No, hamsters are better. Gerbils are too big. Gerbils too big. Hamsters are perfect. They keep the wheels spinning. I had hamsters as a kid. Who didn't have a habit trail? If you're an American, did you have a habit trail? Let's do that when you're a kid. There's probably not going to, let's see. Did you have a hamster? Did you have a, what was it called? Habit trail? All right, probably almost no one's going to answer that poll. Not too many Americans here, and I doubt. I think it was called a habit trail, with all those little tubes, and you connect them all up. And if you're South African, you had a hamster, and it's not called that brand, you can also say the same thing that you did. So, yeah, let's get to the pager story here, folks, while the poll comes up. Okay, so Hezbollah pagers explosion kills several people in Lebanon. The death toll continues to rise at this hour. The Guardian reporting the most recent death toll. So let's just get to this story. It's just crazy, and I can show you the vulnerabilities we suffer. You know, look, cyber warfare can be used for a number of things. You can explode mobile phones in flight. You can divert planes. You can crash planes potentially. You can accelerate nuclear reactors. You can shut down coolant systems, nuclear reactors. You can shut down robots and cause multiple crashes. You can do so many things. I mean, we've seen this before. Seen cyber warfare. I mean, all you got to do is watch Die Hard, you know. Lower the elevation that's being transmitted from the tower up to the flights, and so they think that they're actually coming in at a higher elevation than they are, and then they pancake on the runway. Yeah, we saw that in the Die Hard, the Christmas movie. This is real, folks. We put ourselves in extreme vulnerability. People's identities can completely be wiped out and altered. We saw that with the net, with Sandra Bullock back in the day when she was a recluse. Remember that movie? And people didn't really know her because she worked remotely from home. And then they changed her identity with a prostitute and drug addict, and she was arrested and her life was put in jeopardy. Yeah, it's all sounds like fantasy, but here we go. James Bond, it's real. Ladies and gentlemen, it is real. Hezbollah pager explosion in Lebanon kills several people. At least 3 people were killed. Well, that number's at least 8 now, more than 1,000. That number is almost 3,000 now. Including Hezbollah fighters, medics, and Iran's envoy to Beirut were wounded when the pagers they used to communicate exploded across Lebanon. A Hezbollah official speaking on condition of anonymity said the detonation of the pagers was the biggest security breach the group had been subjected to in nearly a year of conflict with Israel. Israel and the Iran-backed Hezbollah have been engaged in cross-border warfare in parallel with the Gaza war, which erupted last October. The Israeli military declined to comment on Reuters' inquiries about the detonations. One of the fighters killed was the son of a Hezbollah member from the Lebanese parliament, two security sources said. Iran's ambassador to Lebanon, Mujtabe Amani, suffered a minor injury when the pager exploded. Superficial injury is currently in observation in the hospital. The pagers that detonated were the latest model brought in by Hezbollah in recent months, three security sources said. The Reuters journalist saw ambulances rushing through the southern suburbs of the capital of Hezbollah, the capital of Beirut, which is a Hezbollah stronghold, amid widespread panic. Can you imagine this, folks? Thousands of these things exploded everywhere all at once. The head of the Nataba Public Hospital, Hassan Wazni, told Reuters that around 40 people were being treated at his facility. The wounds include injuries to the face, eyes, and limbs. The wave of explosions lasted around an hour after the initial detonations, which took place at 3:45 local. That's 13:45 Greenwich Mean Time. It was not immediately clear how the devices were detonated. Lebanese internal security forces said the number of wireless communication devices were detonated across Lebanon, especially in Beirut's southern suburbs, leading to injuries. In other footage, an explosion appeared to knock out someone standing at a fruit stand in a market area. That's what we saw here. Well, that's not here. Where's it at? This is that here. So let's play this again. Wow, that's just cray-cray. Yeah, no, it's crazy stuff, folks. That's what's going on. Update from The Guardian. At least 8 people are dead, thousands injured in this pager war. 8 killed, 2,750 wounded in pager blasts across Lebanon, according to the health minister. 2,700, and it went on for over an hour. Wow. Hezbollah says Israel is fully responsible for the pager blast. Israel denies any comment on the issue. Shows you just how vulnerable we are, folks. I mean, there you go, right here. One device, 2, 3 devices, all could be used to go after somebody. It's a new world, and we make ourselves vulnerable. Skynet is real, ladies and gentlemen. Skynet is real. Exploding pagers injure thousands in attack targeting Hezbollah. This story is now out of date. It's thousands, not hundreds. That's a man whose handheld pager exploded is rushed to the hospital. Hundreds of people were injured Tuesday in an attack targeting the pagers of Hezbollah members, a Lebanese security source said. Iran's ambassador to Lebanon, Mojtabe Amani, was among those injured. I already told you that. Explosions affected several areas of Lebanon, particularly the southern suburbs. State media reported that hacked pager devices exploded in the towns of Al-Nari and Riyadh in Lebanon's central Bekaa Valley, resulting in a significant number of injuries to the locations of Hezbollah strongholds. Well, it should be clear that there's the Iranian ambassador. It should be clear that obviously the attack was on Hezbollah, which has launched an illegitimate, illegal crimes against humanity war against Israeli civilians in the north of Israel. So I don't know who's responsible for it, but we can guess. The Lebanese are claiming that Israel's responsible. We shall see. But I'll tell you what, whoever did it, it's pretty impressive from a technological standpoint. You're just setting people's pagers to explode. I mean, so this was done arguably, most likely, without any of the devices actually being tampered with, I would guess, without any of them actually having explosive put in them. This is using the battery in it, no doubt. And people actually died from it. That's incredible. That's incredible. War is a money printing machine, says Pablo. Malware and software updates causing lithium batteries to overheat and explode. Yeah, maybe. It really does sound like a hack and random execute code, no pun intended. Yeah, Charles, that's what it sounds like. Heat control, maybe. If you change the temp on it, it will heat up and the battery will explode. Yep. Well, there you go. So if you think you're safe, you think you're off the net, you're not, folks. We're all on the net, whether you want to be or not. Skynet rules. Ronaldo, I would recommend that you retire your pager and stop carrying a pager. Just a good suggestion there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy. Exploding pagers, modern day James Bond. Yep. Hey, Clive Streak, how's it going? The mega conservative, ultra right leaning, God fearing peasant class bigot racist Sean Mandich has arrived. There were specific pagers, Charles. All of them seem to be. I'm sure there are probably a few mistakes, but I doubt it. These are all pagers that were acquired by Hezbollah and given to their members. And clearly, whoever did this has incredibly useful intelligence access. Whatever the sources and methods to get this information, to get the list of numbers, to know the delivery, know the model, and know how to hack into them through the Lebanese communications network and cause these things. This is, look, I mean, people dying is not something to celebrate, but from a technological standpoint, this is incredibly impressive. Well done to whoever did it. If this was their intent, they pulled it off. Maybe they hope for more fatalities, but there's 8 so far and lots of people injured. If nothing else, this will send a very serious message to Hezbollah that you are not safe anywhere. Anywhere. Maybe gerbils. No, they still make pagers, John. Motorola makes pagers. Yeah, you can still get pagers. Yeah. In fact, let's do a look. Where do I buy a pager? Where to buy a pager? Pagers, beep, Pagers Direct. There's a website. Can you still get a pager? May not be the cutting edge technology, but millions are in use by people who actually have a need for them. Yep, doctors still need them. So yeah, I can go to Pagers Direct and get myself all kinds of pagers. One-way pager, virtual paging, in-house pagers, pager accessories. There you go. America's online paging retailer. Yep, there you go. The Alpha Elite. Just $77 for 3 months of paging service. One-way pagers. Look at that. Free pagers. Ooh, you can get free pagers. None of these look like Motorola models. So anyway, free pagers. Let's see what that is. You probably have to sign up for a service. Here you go. Apollo. Yep. Pagers are still out there, folks. That's still a thing. And why not? It's a very effective. It's like ultra low frequency submarine communications. ULF really works well. Yep. So why would you get rid of it? Remember, Ronaldo referred to 2024 as 2020 before 2023 ended. What? So it has been a crazy, perfect justification, regulate, govern all things IP, says Sean. Yeah, no, that's why you need control of these things. So look what happened here. Yep. So Lebanon. The Lebanese government spokesman said the government sees Israel as responsible for the pager explosions and sees it as a violation of Lebanese sovereignty. Well, yeah, I would agree. It would also be a crime. Yeah, no doubt, if it's true. But war is hell, folks. War is hell. There's 3 different one of these pager things. Wow. Crazy. That's crazy. So that's what's going on with the pager situation. So what do you guys think? So we'll do a poll. I know what the answer is going to be. Let's see. Okay, so most people never had one. Oh, wow. 23% of the 47. So that means about 10 of us actually had the habit trails. That's pretty funny. We had answers as kids. All right, let's go ahead and do this poll. Start a poll. Pagers. Pagers are still a thing. Did you know they were? Oh, why is it doing that? My typo's killing me here. There you go. Here's your chance to answer the poll. All right. Where are we at in the chat here? So Charles says, I doubt it was the Israelis, as there's no way to control who got killed by the pagers. Someone clearly hacked them. Well, I don't know. I mean, if the Israelis knew that these pagers went exclusively to Hezbollah, why wouldn't they do it? Malware and software updates causing the... I already got that. Who knew pagers were a blast? Oh, Mark. Too soon, buddy. Too soon. Who knew pagers were a blast? Too soon. Please check Cafe Clutch for spam. Okay. Cafe Clutch. Okay. Okay, got it. Mr. Morris. How do I remove him? How do I remove somebody here, folks? Whoever the mods are in this group, you need to go in there and remove these people. It's not letting me do that. All right, thank you. Thank you, Hendo. Thank you. Thank you for moving. There, it's gone. Yeah, that's using I think a Liberia country code, but it's an Indian fellow. Thank you for that. All right, cool. All right, where are we at here? So, 99 people. You told me that you don't use them. Docs don't use them not 5 minutes ago. What? I didn't say that. All right, so it's interesting. It's about 70% of the people answering the poll so far said that they didn't know pagers were still in use. I knew they were still in use. It's uncommon, but millions are still in use around the world. And a pager is much less obvious than carrying these huge, mobile phones around, these little, tiny computers. And anyway, they think that they're easier because you can have them in receive only mode, so you're not transmitting. But obviously, if a message comes and tells your thing to overheat and explode, then receiving is bad too. Not just, wow. It'd be fascinating to see where all the pagers actually blew up at. If someone had that data, if we could see it and map it, we're going to see that Baca Valley is going to be full of this, thousands of them. Yes, drug dealers and pimps use them. That's correct, Beth. They do. They do. Absolutely. Yep. Hendo is a star, says Garrett. Yep. All right. Charles is not seeing something. Okay. All right. Anyway, so more news, folks. Let's get back to the news here, and thank you for your patience. The end of the Wilgenhof at Stellenbosch as they decide to get rid of the building instead of dealing with the boorish behavior of the students, as if the building's responsible. Stellenbosch University's councils decided to close the controversial men's hostel in its current form and replace it with a reimagined, rejuvenated male residence. In a statement last night, the University Council said a renewed residence would acknowledge the constructive aspects of Wilgenhof while making a decisive break from the unacceptable and secretive practices of the past. To give effect to this decision, the residence will be closed for upgrading in 2025 to comply with the Higher Education Department's policy on the minimum norms and standards for student housing. The residence will reopen during 2026 as a male residence. One of the rooms, Hul 88, was where the internal disciplinary committee known as the Nachtelichte conducted its disciplinary activity at night, while the other room, To Argrif, contained a trove of Nachtelichte costumes, shoes, and paraphernalia. Well, that's being shut down. What a horrific and poorly behaving bunch of idiots there at Stellenbosch University. I don't like hazing anywhere. Never should happen. Arctic says my pager is beeping. Okay. Well, the memorial service for Pravin Gordhan is underway. Let's see if it's over yet, or if they're still prattling on, as they tend to do. It looks like it's over now. But the memorial service for Pravin Gordhan, the minister who passed away this week, taking place today. Memorial service for struggle stalwart and former minister Pravin Gordhan taking place at his home in Pretoria. Family, friends, former colleagues, and comrades are expected to arrive at the home for private viewing his body. Ronaldo announced last week Gordhan will be honored with a special official funeral Category 2. The late former minister will be laid to rest in Durban on Thursday. He died at the age of 75 from cancer just this week. Quickly went in the hospital. Well, the post office was reaching day zero. We actually thought the post office was gone in South Africa. 200-year history about to be wiped out. Treasury will refusing to give 3.8 billion rand to the post office. They may be forced into liquidation, which means that all jobs are gone, and the remaining 657 operational branches would be sold off to the highest bidder. Folks, I mean, if I asked South Africans in the chat, did you know that the post office had 657 branches? You'd probably say, what? I didn't even know that. Laser Chill. Pager refuses to comment. He says he was eating a sweet cake at the time. Okay. Susan Costa says, hello from Bloemfontein. Well, greetings to you. Hochhandit, Susan. Na, wie geht's? All right. So, Cabinet was committed to spending $3.8 billion, but they're holding back on it. Treasury is. Well, get ready, folks. Summer's not here yet, South Africa. Ooh, snow is coming. Get ready for the big freeze. Snow and thunderstorms predicted for parts of South Africa. Light snowfall expected over the high-lying areas of the Western Cape Thursday. This is according to South African Weather Service. And the snow's depth will spread to the escarpments of the Eastern Cape by Friday. Meteorologist and weather forecaster Lecholonolo Tobela said snow will also spread into Lesotho and western areas of KZN by the evening of Friday. Isolated scattered showers and thunderstorms expected to be confirmed in south and eastern parts of the country from Thursday, with a widespread chance of thunderstorms expected over Gauteng, Free State, and the western parts of KZN through Saturday evening. Well, there you go. Maybe it's good that we don't have the URC starting this weekend in South Africa. We do have the Currie Cup on Saturday. That should be epic. Former member of the Cape Town Executive Council, Malusi Bui, former Democratic Alliance member, is out on 250,000 Rand bail in a 1 billion Rand tender fraud case. Alleged gang boss Ralph Stanfield and his wife Nicole could join the accused. Former Human Settlements MMC Malusi Bui from the Democratic Alliance has been granted 250,000 Rand bail. Bui was arrested at his Eastern Cape home on September 9th and appeared in the Cape Town Magistrates Court Tuesday to hear the outcome of his bail application. He was arrested with former City of Cape Town Director of Public Housing Sifo Kazi, September, 41, Abdul Kader, 41, Mohammed Ahmed, 37, Randall Mullins, 67, Brenda Mullins, 65, Tuli Imgabe, 39, his ex-wife Nomvuyo Manyanka, 41, Lona Ondoda, 33, and Sunraya Manuel, 53. Man, that's a huge haul. They arrested in connection with 8 city housing tenders collectively worth 1 billion Rand awarded to 3 companies. Wow, are we actually going after gangsters in South Africa? Well, speaking of corruption, the Durban Council wasted 500 million Rand on smart meters for electricity that apparently do not work, ladies and gentlemen. They do not work. Gabriel says we love snow in Switzerland, 800 meters. I love snow anywhere. Dirty Sanchez here. Been a while. Haven't seen you there. Sedgefield's back. Okay. So, 500 million Rand for smart electricity meters. A pilot project to test smart electricity meters for which the etiquette Metro paid 500 million Rand found the devices don't work. Why in the world would you spend 500 million Rand installing things as a test when you don't even know if they work? Spend 5,000 Rand and see if the damn things work. 500 million Rand. They didn't install these meters. They just stole this money. And here you go. ANC stealing the country. But you know what? We've got to put the Politburo Bureau in charge of everything because, they know best. Pilot project by the etiquette Metro's electricity department to test the efficacy of hundreds of thousands of new smart electricity meters for which the council paid 500 million has found the devices do not work. My goodness. In 2021, they began rolling out these smart meters that could remotely record and transmit data to the Metro's central billing database. Wow. They did meet technical standards. The bid committee had recommended that a different company be appointed, the company that did not submit a BEE certificate, and officials gave them a grace period of 120 days to submit a tax certificate instead of the 21 days as recommended by the bid adjudication committee. The company's denied any wrongdoing. Well, your crap don't work, so that's wrongdoing. Your crap don't work. Give me a break. Mob justice continues in Limpopo, where vigilantes continue to take the law into their own hands, murdering people. Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Tembi Haddad Edebe and Transport Community MEC Violet Matea present crime stats for the first quarter. And they're worried about vigilantes, with good reason. Hadebe highlighted that the province remains the safest in the country. Really? Limpopo is the safest province in the country? Interesting. Mob justice remains a problem despite the work of officers and community outreach programs to educate the public about the impact of participating in attacks. Murder in the province increased by 1 from 197 last year. 18 were due to mob justice. Wow. 18 cases of people murdering people as vigilantes. Someone needs to get control of that. Well, Menlin's Bobble restaurant has become the target of the government. And this story claims that they owe 560,000 Rand in unpaid wages. That's pretty scary. The joint inspection operation carried out at Menlin's swanky Babel restaurant in the nearby Ocean Basket has found both eateries owed their workers over 1.3 million in unpaid wages. Wow. The swanky Menlin's establishment employer failed to compensate the employees by the prescribed minimum wage rate, which was 27.58 per hour. That's crazy. That's crazy. How does that happen? India's opposition leader has been released from prison where he was held for 5 months in a case that was dismissed. Prominent opposition leader and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has resigned from his post days after getting bail in a corruption case. He spent 5 months in jail in connection with a now scrapped alcohol sales policy. He has denied allegations against him. He said he'll take up his post only if people re-elect his Adame party in the upcoming assembly elections. Well, the world's largest democracy. Things are dicey there as well. China's ultra-rich are growing at a rapid clip, folks. Dramatic growth in the last 10 years, outpacing even the United States. The world's super rich club saw significant expansion over the past 10 years, with China leading the charge. The number of centimillionaires, that's $100 million, surged 54% worldwide over the past decade to 29,350, particularly in China and the United States, according to New World Wealth and the Henley and Partners. China's descent has been most dramatic, with its centimillionaire population expanding by 108% over the past 10 years. China, South Africa, Botswana, Brazil, and even the United States are among the world's most unequal in terms of wealth disparity. However, in the case of the United States, wealth disparity really isn't an issue. We can have as many Elon Musk billionaires as we want. It's the standard of living of everyone else that we care about. And quite frankly, we have the world's best standard of living, save Finland, Switzerland, and a couple of other places like the Emirates. Yep, that have tiny, negligible populations, not 330 million people they have to concern themselves with. TikTok says U.S. is censoring the platform, and the impact would be staggering on free speech. Well, that's comical, since TikTok is a censorship platform and has censored me multiple times, and I never violated the rules, which they don't even make clear. TikTok argued in court yesterday that U.S. law, which would see it banned unless it's sold to by ByteDance, would have a staggering impact on free speech. No, it won't. No, it won't. The law imposes extraordinary speech prohibition based on indeterminate future risk. No, it doesn't. It's a wrong-headed move to force TikTok to be owned by an American entity, as if we can believe or trust American entities, which are chock full of Chinese spies, and also leave their systems or networks vulnerable to the Russians, to the Iranians, to the Chinese to hack into, compromising social security numbers, telephone numbers, addresses, purchasing history, sexual preferences, favorite colors, and all the things that matter to humans. So as if an American company can be trusted any more than ByteDance. Now, this is a wrong-headed move, but it won't hurt free speech. TikTok is not a free speech platform. It is a censorship platform, just like YouTube, just like Facebook, just like Instagram, just like all of them, except Twitter. And that's why they want Twitter gone. Well, the United Kingdom is pulling the same crap that the European Union is pulling and that Namibia is pulling. You want to go to the country, you have to apply online electronically, you have to have a visa, now you have to pay a fee. What a bunch of scumbags. Instead of freedom of movement, we're seeing restrictions of movement around the globe. Travelers will need permission and a fee to visit the United Kingdom as part of a new digitized system. All tourists will have to fork over a fee if they're not British or Irish citizens. Why should Ireland get a fee pass? They're not British. The British government has rolled out a new requirement for travelers. The electronic travel authorization has been implemented that digitizes tourist requests to visit the country at a cost of $13, so £10. Everyone wishing to travel to the UK except British and Irish citizens will need permission to travel in advance of coming here. What kind of horse shit is that? Well, it's time to slap them with one, tit for tat. Let's get back to Smoot Hawley and destroy the world's economy. 38 million visits to the UK in 2023. That's an increase of 6.7 million from 2022. An online form made available for valid passport information, travel details, and email, credit card, along with suitability questions. You know what I got to say to you, UK? Suitability questions. You sorry bastards aren't speaking German because of us. Seriously, this is your gratitude? Footsack. Hit the road. Take it on the arches. Take it on the arches. Frickin' Brits. Well, the flooding in Eastern Europe continues unabated, folks. It is horrible. Nissa, or Nysa, a German town for 850 years, founded by Germans, now occupied almost exclusively by Poles, stolen from ethnic Germans because of Churchill, Roosevelt, and Stalin, the thieves, the great thieves that they were. The entire city is evacuated. 7 have died as wildfires, extreme weather. Well, we got flooding and wildfires. That's Nysa, known in Polish as Nissa. A drone view of the flood area close to the Nysa-Klodzka River on September 16th. Wow. Swaths of Europe have been battered by deadly extreme weather as rivers threaten to burst their banks in Central Europe following torrential rainfall and wildfires tear through Portugal. 7 have died in those fires in Portugal since Sunday, including 3 firefighters whose vehicle burst into flames. At least 17 have been killed. One authorities have called the worst floods at Central and Eastern Europe in decades. The mayor of Nysa in Poland ordered the evacuation of 44,000 residents as water levels in the city's river rose and threatened to send more floods through its neighborhoods. Now, if you're asking why I'm mentioning Nysa, because I've been there. I've been in Nysa. I've been on the bridge across that river, which is in the distance, and I have been through there doing research on ethnic Germans in graveyards. It's just north of Moravia in the Czech Republic, in what had been German for 850 years. Yeah. After 8 billion years, a mysterious signal has reached Earth. Talk about long-distance communication. I feel like Casey Kasem. Today's long distance dedication goes out from FRB 20220610 Alpha. Long distance dedication coming from far across the universe. And the message is, Sami, I love you dearly. Casey Kasem, America's Top 40. Long distance dedication. A groundbreaking discovery has rocked the astronomical community. A mysterious and powerful burst of radio waves has reached Earth after traveling through space for an astonishing 8 billion years. This signal is one of the most distant and energetic ever observed. Fast radio bursts are brief, intense flashes of radio waves that continue to baffle scientists. Their origins remain a cosmic mystery, with theories ranging from neutron stars, which would be my guess, to exotic celestial objects, which is just a name they made up because they can't identify something. The detection of FRB 20220610 Alpha, well, that's a real original name, offers a unique opportunity to study the universe's distant past. Fast radio bursts. Well, so a long-distance dedication from across the universe. Well, according to Forbes, Kamala Harris has won the race, ladies and gentlemen. She's leading the race with 6-point lead over Donald Trump, according to Forbes. Yeah, it's all over. Vice President Kamala Harris leads former President Donald Trump by 6 points among likely voters in the latest survey that shows Democratic candidate maintaining her lead after Tuesday's debate, which most voters believe she won. Well, that's a week ago, but this is a current story. Harris leads Trump 51-45 in Morning Consults. Never heard of Morning Consults. Likely voter survey taken September 13th and 15th. A 3-point increase since September 10th debate, and her widest lead yet in the group's weekly surveys. She was up 52-46 among likely voters and 51-47 among registered voters in the ABC News Ipsos poll taken days after the debate. After the debate, she led by a 5-point margin, 47-42. And pre-debate surveys found Harris' polling surge appearing to be plateauing. Trump led Harris 48-47 among likely voters in a Times Siena poll taken September 3rd to 6th. Well, who's leading? We'll see what happens on November 5th. A judge has ruled that Robert Kennedy Jr.'s name will remain on the Wisconsin ballot for president. The judge denied Robert Kennedy's request Monday to erase his name from the presidential ballot in swing state Wisconsin, ruling that state law requires candidates to remain on the ballot unless they die. Ouch. Ouch. Kennedy suspended his campaign in August, endorsed Trump. Kennedy said that he would try to get his name removed from ballots in battleground states while telling his supporters they would continue to back him in the majority of states where they're unlikely to sway the outcome. He did get his name off the ballot in North Carolina, but he will remain in Michigan and he will remain in Wisconsin. All of this will have an impact on the race as tens, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people vote for Kennedy and likely throw the race one way or the other. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine says that all the stuff that Lester Holt was complaining about, accusing Donald Trump of upping the rhetoric and blaming Trump for the assassination attempt on Trump's life, Lester Holt, moron, MSNBC. Mike DeWine now says, the Rhino governor of Ohio says that that's all BS. There were no bomb threats against schools. No Haitians have been threatened. But Kamala Harris and the Democrats have been running around blaming Trump and Vance for, amping up rhetoric against Haitian criminal alien invaders who've invaded our country unlawfully and have been given sanctuary by the corrupt Biden regime, the Harris regime. They are not upping the ante. They have not. This has not led to any bomb threats. These are hoaxes from abroad, according to Mike DeWine. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine says Springfield bomb threats are hoaxes coming from overseas. Republican Rhino Governor Mike DeWine revealed Monday that a recent spat of bomb threats targeting the town of Springfield have all been hoaxes. Some came from one particular country overseas. The 77-year-old dingbat governor told reporters Monday that law enforcement has responded to at least 33 separate bomb threats made against Springfield. 33 threats, 33 hoaxes. Wow. I want to make it clear, none of these had any validity whatsoever. All bogus nonsense. All meant to disrupt America. There you go. So there you have it. So Lester Holt, you're a dingbat doorknob. Shut your mouth. No one listens to you. Amazon mandates that people get off their bums and out of their houses and go back to work. Yeah, about time. Amazon mandates 5 days a week in the office starting next year. They'll require employees to return to working at a company offices 5 days per week beginning next year, toughening a prior 3-day mandate. The change is necessary to invent, collaborate, and be connected, wrote CEO Andy Jassy in a letter to employees on Monday, posted on the website. So Amazon has taken a tougher stance than many of the cowardly companies as a consequence of Rona, undermining American productivity and making us an also-ran economic country. So finally, employers are forcing people to get off their ass and go back to work in the office where they can do the job properly. New York Fire Department chief ties to China emerge amid federal probe into foreign influence on New York City officials. New York Fire Department's new chief ties to China are coming to light against the backdrop of this investigation. FDNY Commissioner Robert Tucker was previously head of a private security firm where one of the clients was a billionaire who once admitted to the feds he worked for Chinese intelligence. While in that role, Tucker also approved an email putting forward ex-golf club hospitality worker Lin Guan for a position in the New York Police Department, which he eventually got. Lin's links to the Chinese Communist Party were exposed by the New York Post last week. Before joining FDNY, Tucker was the boss at T&M USA LLC, a Manhattan-based global private investigations firm that once counted controversial Chinese billionaire Miles Guo as a client. Ladies and gentlemen, New York City is being run by the Chinese communists. Not Eric Adams. It's being run by Chinese communists. P. Diddy goes down. Sean Puffy Combs has been arrested under federal charges on sex trafficking and racketeering. Wow. P. Diddy arrest. Sean Combs charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and prostitution offenses. The unsealed indictment against Sean Diddy Combs reveals sickening new allegations of how he sexually and physically abused women. The 54-year-old rapper has been charged with 3 crimes: racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. An indictment unsealed this morning revealed revolting details of his alleged behavior, but did not name the many people who accused him of perpetuating this vile abuse. Among the most sordid revelations was that more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube were seized from his homes. Combs is also accused of making women have sex with male prostitutes until they were so worn out they required IV drips. The star was arrested overnight in New York after traveling voluntarily to the city. Over the past year, he's been sued by people who say he subjected them to physical or sexual abuse. He's denied many of the allegations, and his lawyer, Mark Agnafilo, called the new indictment an unjust prosecution. Well, perhaps. But will he be R. Kelly's bunkmate? Ooh, too soon. Sean Diddy Combs charged with sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. Wow. He abused, threatened, or coerced victims from 2008 to the present, according to New York U.S. Attorney. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, alleged that Sean P. Diddy Combs used his business associates, staff, and others to help conceal his abuse. These individuals allegedly include high-ranking supervisors, personal assistants, security, and household staff who facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they cleaned it up. Williams also alleged that these associates arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs and delivered large quantities of cash for Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. Oh, my goodness. They're looking to keep him behind bars. He's in New York Manhattan court right now, presumably for a bail hearing. Former NFL star has Cam Newton criticizes Tyreek Hill's behavior in engaging with law enforcement. Cam Newton has weighed in on this. Former National Football League star Cam Newton did not mince words when he talked about Tyreek Hill's detention before the game last week. The one-time NFL MVP broke the interaction down in an episode of 4th and 1 podcast. Bro, right there, comply. I'm just trying to keep you alive. I'm not talking Tyreek Hill more than I'm talking to everybody else that's going to get pulled over on a day-to-day basis. When you roll down the window, you roll the window back up. Bro, don't do that. You can't do that, Newton said. It puts you in danger, and you have to put yourself in the officer's position. He don't know what the hell is in that damn car. Correct. When they say get out of that damn car, it's over with. Yeah, Newton made clear that he was not taking the officer's side, but he was trying to express how the situation could have played out a little differently. He added that if Hill was just a regular person, he was resisting arrest. Yep, he was resisting arrest. And they harassed the cop who did it. Well, folks, it's a good thing that the astronauts didn't come back down in the Boeing Starliner capsule because they would have been screwed. They would have been screwed, no doubt about it. Starliner had more problems than we knew. Starliner landed on Earth with more damaged parts that only reaffirmed NASA's decision not to trust it with the lives of 2 astronauts. Boeing's first foray into manned spaceflight has been an unmitigated cock-up. Starliner launched to the International Space Station with 2 astronauts on board and landed back on Earth 2 months later without them after issues were uncovered with the craft. More problems have surfaced during the return, reaffirming NASA's decision not to trust it with the lives of Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams. Starliner landed back on Earth this week almost 3 months later than it was initially scheduled to touch back down. The problem with Starliners left NASA with no choice but to leave astronauts Wilmore and Williams up at the ISS as they didn't believe it was safe to bring them back. No doubt, there they are. Wow. Starliner is an unmitigated disaster. Kind of like the issues with the 787 when they couldn't get the composite frames working properly for a while there. Coffee could be more than a morning pickup. Drinking 1 to 3 cups of coffee per day could be good for your health. This story from CNN, but we've heard this story before. It's not new. A morning cup of Joe may do more than just perk you up, according to new research. Moderate amounts of caffeine intake, defined as 1 to 3 cups of coffee or tea a day, were associated with a lower risk of developing cardiometabolic multimorbidity, said the study's author, Dr. Chafu Qi, associate professor of epidemiology and biostatistics at Suzhou University in China. In another story, Chinese coffee production is surging. No, I'm just kidding. Coffee and caffeine consumption may play an important protective role in almost all phases of that. So it will help deal with heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool. Oh, by the way, who's got a pager? Let's end the poll. All right, people stop voting in that poll. So there you go. All right. Please don't confuse Sean P. Diddy Combs with Sean, not Diddy me. Sean Folshank. I'm sorry, I confused Sean Folshank with Sean Folskank. Freak off probably is, yeah, man, there you go. Freak off. Ooh, freak off. Oh, it was freak out, wasn't it? Anyway, Antoinette says, wow, what an Israeli scoop having now a very updated list by just gathering names of the injured dead. Yep, exactly, Amanda. Exactly. Yep. Just get the open source reporting. They found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I'm telling you, man, that's a lot of baby oil. Baby got back. I like big butts, and I want to say, Sir Mix-a-Lot, it's time for that. We already saw, what's his name, do the Ganja song. he did a remake of the Ganja song. That was hilarious, man. Oh, I was going to go to work, but then I got high. He did that one about Hunter Biden. Hunter was going to go to work, but then he got high. La-da-dee-da. Oh, my goodness. Now we need to remake a Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back. P. Diddy got back. Lots of baby oil. P. Diddy got back. Do RFK votes go to Trump then, considering he endorsed him? Possibly, Charles, but it's up to individuals. Some may not. What drugs are they smoking there? Crackles couldn't win a contest, even she was the only participant. Well, we shall see. Wow, Signal 2.0 FRB 20220610 Alpha. Yep, that's right. Hey, I sent that message 6 billion years ago before I was reincarnated. Krishna brought me back. Oh, my goodness. They're supposed to have access control based on using your thumb. Still doesn't work properly. Queenie, dumb now. Yep, there you go. 500 million rand pissed down the drain. I think the company should be sued and they should pay it back. Shawnee didn't get a notification. Glad to check to see if you're live. When I read pagers were used, I had to reread. Yeah, it is old tech, but so is shortwave radio. But it works. It works. It's reliable. Someone got very rich buying those smart meters. Exactly. It's all about corruption. Chris Sten says hi to Susan Coaster. Found out Sunday that January 6th attendees are still being arrested. Yes, they are, Beth. They're still being arrested and still being charged and convicted. A resident not too far from where I live, 57-year-old man, was arrested last year and began serving a 10-month prison sentence for trespassing. Can you imagine? 10 months. There's a few more charges, but none of them are felonies. 10 months for misdemeanor. 10 months for misdemeanor. That's unbelievable. You take 10 months of a person's life for a misdemeanor act. That's unbelievable. Yep. Yeah, they're still arresting people. Lovely breakfast, coffee. Look at the snow. Bucky won't start. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. DeSantis announced executive order to sign Trump assassination attempt case. State Attorney General. I'm not really sure what comes out of it. The federal government's going to overrule that, so I'm not sure what he's doing. Jay Fumat, it's been a long time, man. Guess the presidential polls might be irrelevant if the Oswald impersonators finally get lucky. So sad the nation has devolved. Yeah, you're right. Sad as we developed in that. Is that supposed to be our version of the tomb at Yale, that skull and bones? Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid, Sean. Okay, I was back there already, so I think I've caught up with most of the chat here. Thank you for that, folks. What else we got here? What did I miss? Okay. Will you be drinking coffee now? No. I find coffee to be a vile substance invented by Satan to enslave mankind. Not my cup of tea. It takes a lot of sugar and milk to overcome the vile coffee flavor. Yes, there's a small amount of coffee in this. Mostly milk and sugar. Good news is that P. Diddy's never going to get backed up ever again. Donald Trump, El Presidente. It's a good point. Shortwave radio still used and works. That's right, Shawnee. Shortwave is great. Yep. Ham radio still works. I recommend that people have ham radio. I really do. I almost bought one last year. I mean, look, when they come for everything else, you can still use stuff like that. Yep. Doesn't take much. Well, it does take some power. It does take a high antenna to reach around the world. But yeah, no. Ham radio, shortwave, stuff it's still viable. Still use it. Even frankly, here in America, those personal communication devices, PCDs, the little things you used to get at Radio Shack, which I don't think exist anymore. Does Radio Shack even exist anymore? I mean, I haven't seen one in ages. Radio Shack. Oh, yeah, they're still around. Still around. Let's see how many they got there. Established in 1921. How many stores do they have now? 400 dealers. So it doesn't look like they even have stores. Established 103 years ago. Radio Shack, formerly written as Radio Shack, 2 words, is an American electronics retailer established in 1921 as an amateur radio mail order business. Its parent company, Radio Shack Corporation, was purchased by Tandy Corporation in 1962, shifting its focus from radio equipment to hobbyist electronic components. At its peak in 1999, they had 8,000 stores in the United States, Mexico, and under the Tandy name in the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, France, UK, Australia, and Canada. But the 21st century has proved to be a period of decline. In February 2015, after years of management crisis, poor worker relations, diminished revenue, and 11 consecutive quarterly losses, they were delisted from the New York Stock Exchange and filed for Chapter 11. Yep. They were purchased by General Wireless for $26 million. That's all. Good Lord. In 2017, that company filed for bankruptcy. Radio Shack was acquired by Retail E-Commerce Ventures, a holding company owned by Alex Mayer and influencer Ty Lopez in November of 2020. It operates as an e-commerce website with a network of independently owned franchise Radio Shack stores, as well as a supplier of parts for Hobbytown USA. In March of 2023, that company was mulling over possible bankruptcy. Good God. So let's see if we can still get stuff from them. Wow. And they used to make computers, man. They made everything. Tape recorders, components. Radio Shack was the place you went to get, parts and wires and things like that. And here it is. Radio Shack is still around. But they've disappeared as a retailer. Oh, that's the wrong window. Hang on a second here. That's what I want right there. Radio Shack. Free deliveries and orders over 30%. Headphones, speakers, backpacks, travel, power banks, batteries, home and office. Yep. I mean, you used to be able to get everything there. Go and get cables, whatever you needed. Oh, I love Radio Shack. But I never bought the TRS 80. Tandy Radio Shack 80, which was a crappy computer. Watch a video about some cops out of Phoenix saying they were lucky to get a court hearing for a lot of misdemeanor charges. Casa made the 27 megahertz and 29 megahertz band license free, so now people are getting back to CB slowly. Ham is a preferred comms method for a prepared nation. Yep, ham radio. I have a beef with Tucker Carlson. He misrepresented and brought the German Burschenschaft into dispute. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see that. I know he had some performance he was going to. Yeah, those arrests are Stasi, like they are indeed. In fact, and also the events occurred a long time ago, 2021, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 years ago now. Robert said, good evening to you. Good to see you there. $6 a bottle was $2.50 when I bought my first one. What's that? For baby oil, Arctic? Oh, what is that for the baby oil, man? 333 megahertz, says Garrett. Chilling. It is chilling. It is crazy. Hang on a second. Let me check something here real quick. No, just nonsense. Getting nonsense messages over here. Yeah, no, it's a crazy, crazy world, and all kinds of crazy things are happening, folks. I don't know what to tell you. It's out of control. The world is out of control. Truly, truly out of control. I don't know what to tell you. It's frustrating what's going on. If Kamala Harris actually is ahead in the polls, that's crazy. Bobotki. Okay, says Charles. Okay, interesting. 71 likes. That's all we got. 90 people here and just 71 likes. Antoinette says, okay, must admit, have a bit of Ruth body. Tall, skinny, flat stomach, one pair of voluptuous breasts. Sorry, I do not see you. What? Are you tall, skinny, with a flat stomach and large breast? Is that what you're trying to tell us, Amanda? Are we dissolving into a freak off here? Hey, folks, it's time for the freak off. Oh, yeah. Time for a little Luther Vandross. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Gonna have a freak off. Don't like, what's this? Sultanas. He's using cranberries. I don't like sultanas either. Lost all my radios from CB to ham. I had receivers that received uncommon frequencies. Goodbye, cottage. Sorry to hear that, Richard. What happened to them? If you want to share. New chap who built big dish with receiver. We watched Mike Tyson play it. Okay, that's pretty cool, Sedgefield. Yeah, no, but old technology works, folks. Like if you watch one of those Terminator movies, the one that Schwarzenegger made right after he stopped being governor and destroying California, that one where it goes back to the start when you can't stop Skynet. It just starts exploding nuclear weapons and wiping out humans. And John Connors goes into the bunker. And it's an old, civil defense bunker, a military bunker with command codes and the old radio communications. And so when the nuclear stuff happens, there are people in remote bunkers in Idaho and places like that who went underground and are reaching out to this civil defense network, and they're in there and they turn it on, and they are going to restart. They're going to start the resistance against Skynet. Yep. The guy from Texas. Okay, all right. The preppers all believe in old low tech. Look, it gets so complicated. I mean, look at all the things that have happened with my broadcast today. I mean, something interrupted the internet. My Zoom session canceled. Good news, it came back up, but then my camera didn't work. When I restarted my broadcast for the throwing your toys out of the pram, I had no camera, and it wouldn't register. So I disconnected it, replugged. Look what happened with this simple little thing of uninstalling some crap software yesterday. Right? I uninstalled some crap software yesterday, and look what happened. Look what happened. Or not. Yes, it's Sunday. It reset stuff and created a corrupt profile and kept looping into a temporary profile and wasted a better part of a Sunday for me trying to sort out. If it wasn't for Lee and helped me out, I might have panicked and done something rash, but we sorted it out. It's so easy to screw technology up. So much relies on what we do. I mean, all the things. So YouTube has done something this week, which is pissing me off. When you categorize your video and put it into a playlist, historically what YouTube does is it puts the most recent one that you've used at the top. So the ones I use habitually appear at the top. Well, if they did it alphabetically or the oldest to the newest, that would make sense. But now they're just scrambled. I open it up and I can't see anything. It's all out of order. I got to hunt around and find the damn playlist I want to put on. It's very annoying. Someone posted a new video of Ronaldo. Okay, what's this? Ronaldo, you having a little fun with this, Ronaldo? Let's see. 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's see what it says.
We're doing the Render Initiative again today. It's the second visit. The first one was very successful. This one is going to go to the Kucha Door of Hope. We had crazy feedback on this one. We've got a lot of cash we can spend. We did spend it, and now we're going to give some joy to these children. So,
well, I would hope that Ronaldo Host doesn't give me a copyright strike for using this video. I'm just saying. So Ronaldo apparently is out doing things for folks. So let's continue on with this.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back when we're at the place. See you now.
Okay, I don't want to get hit with a copyright strike for music they claim belongs to somebody. So apparently he was going out to help some kids. I'm going to guess that they're not pink-skinned kids. Oh, look at that. Black folks. Look at Ronaldo. What a terrible person he is.
We had Kucha Door of Hope, as you can see. And this is the stuff we're going to do for the children. So, yeah.
All right, don't let the music get me. Oh, look at that. Boy, what a terrible person he is. Wow, shocking. So the truth about Ronaldo Jose is revealed. Look at this. He's a caring, loving human being. What a slimy person. My goodness. Wow. Wow. There's kids in need. These kids are teenagers or adults now. Ronaldo looks like he's about 15 years old there, 15 years younger there. Look at that. This is before he went into politics, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is before he went into politics. Those bell-bottom jeans are... the jeans are... The shoes are shocking, too. At least he got a decent haircut. We'll give him that. Not sure I like the jeans. Radio Corner was in my 1899 built cottage, converted Brit Fort from the Boer War. Load shedding happened. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Racist, anti-white. Now helping out kids in need. Yeah. Yeah, well, smoke signals work, except when all the city's on fire. Then you really can't distinguish the smoke signals. So keep that in mind. Semaphores work, those flags at sea, but you got to have visual contact. Yeah, look at that. What an evil, evil person this guy is. Yeah, look at that. Terrible, terrible. Is that it? Oh, there's a blank spot here. There we go. Oh, look at that. What an evil race hustler this guy must be. Oh, he's playing with the kids, too. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at that. Dude's got no ass, man. Look at that. His pants just hanging down there. I apologize for that, folks. I didn't mean for you to see that Ronaldo had no ass. And he's I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to show you that. That no one should have to look at that. Assless. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, well, the haircut looks good. Looks like he's in the Army, man. They won't post the video, Charles. They have refused to post the original video to begin with. They have it. They've admitted they have it. They offered a link to it. They've just covered it up. Because that's what they do. That's what they're good at. Somebody says, oh, no, that's disgusting. What a racist. Why are you not helping any white children? Amy Beale. That's not Amy Beale. That's somebody using that name. This charm offensive would have been apt had it followed your apology. Well, this information for this gentleman, Nick Cosbin, was there. It's not a charm offensive. This stuff was posted on Twitter years ago. This isn't new. Yep. Yeah, where's Iqbal Pottinger? Yep. Oh, there's some offensive ones here. Let's see what the offensive ones are. No, there's no offensive ones. Not major ones. Anyway, so Ronaldo. Yep. There you have it, folks. There you have it. The truth about Ronaldo is exposed right here, exclusive, world exclusive, right here about Ronaldo. We've disclosed it. We've revealed it. Yeah. Again, I mean, I wouldn't even apologize for the video, the original video. I would have said if it offends people's sensibility, then I'm sorry that offends your sensibilities. But I was making a point, and you are confirming the point I made. That's what I would have said. But hey. Difficult when you're under the gun and people come at you. And, DA, cowardly. If they call you an ass, show them this video. If IOL gets hold of that video, they'll probably title it Racist DA Counselor Assaults Black Children with Donations. Well, that's a good South African Babylon Bee, isn't it? We can have the Free State Bee. That's what we'll call it. Charles is super unimpressed with the DA. And your boss has no balls, says Arctic. Well, I think that's pretty much the consensus there. And I'm not getting enough likes, damn it. Hit the like button. I mean, it's bad enough I can't get any Droorvorst from Arctic. He's busy not here, flying around in Harrisburg, not calling me when he gets here.
That was easy.
Hit the damn like button. Here, will this get me some votes from Cape Town? Well done. Tried requesting secondhand kids' toys, not a sausage, was let down. What? Andre Rue. Welcome, Andre. How's it going? Look at Hendo laughing about the Droorvorst. Dude told me hostage over Droorvorst. No, Ronaldo wouldn't make it in the army. He's too liberal. Wait! He can't be liberal. He's extreme right-wing, alt-right. No, wait, I'm sorry, that's Ramon Cabinet, who's actually a libertarian and a monarchist, which in itself is a contradiction. Yes, Chris Wanaple's looking for a copy of the offensive video. If you go to the IOL stories and search through them, when they did post a link to it, I might have the video somewhere, but I don't know. It was on Twitter. Someone posted there. Hey, George, what's up, man? What's up? P. Diddy got arrested for the freak-offs, man. I'm telling you. Freak-off? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. P. Diddy has been arrested for sex trafficking and racketeering. Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby. Dad's Army. That's an old show. That's an old show. I never really found it all that interesting. Never found all that interesting. What will be Hezbollah's next move? Well, Shawnee, that's a good question. Actually, thank you for getting us back to the news. Hezbollah's next reaction will probably be to strike back, but the challenge will be if, in fact, these were all Hezbollah, this could have a devastating impact on their leadership and their membership. I mean, we're talking about thousands of explosions that occurred in the Bekaa Valley alone. What we're seeing reported, the numbers keep going up. Initial reports had nobody dead, then 3 dead, then 4 dead, now 8 dead. And then initial reports said, dozens of people had their, then hundreds, now 3,000. That number's probably going to keep going up. Yeah, the 70s child is coming out, CBO. Yep. Ronaldo Rahman sounds like a match made in South African political debate where the only thing more unpredictable than their speeches is what they'll wear to the next session. Well, I mean, that might be a segment, R&R. Ooh, we just aimed it. It's the R&R segment, like you're going on rest and recreation, relaxation. What a bummer for those who accuse Ronaldo. I love it when a plan comes together. He's part of the A-team. Please spell his name correctly, though, Edna. It's Ronaldo. Well, you did. Then it must have corrected your spelling because it says Ronaldo, the Portuguese football player. It's probably not you. It's probably spell check. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is, will P. Diddy become bunkmate with R. Kelly? What's with these dudes, man? What is with them? They go on power trips. Now, I'm not accusing P. Diddy of being guilty of anything, but 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Somebody's been getting their freak on. Woo! Baby oil. It's a lot of baby oil, man. Rumors are that he's a CIA agent. That's why he's been getting away with his freak stuff. Okay. I hadn't heard that one yet. Hey, Hendo, don't be no, not a new show, just a segment. I don't need more competition. We don't need more competitors on the social media. We're already dealing with the impact of citizen concern. How did Mossad know about those pages? It was actually them. There are some serious questions to answer regarding these pages. Well, Charles, as I said, if in fact the Israelis are the ones who pulled this off, which would seem probable, certainly plausible, they certainly have good intelligence sources. Wouldn't you say? Some very good intelligence sources. Very many ways. These pages were given to them by Iran, if I'm not mistaken, so that would indicate that either somewhere in the middle or on the receiving end or back in Iran, there's a source who provided the information. Now, what will be interesting is in the aftermath to find out how many innocents were affected, because you're bound to get innocent people. You saw the thing blow up in a fruit market. Nobody seemed to be injured, except maybe the guy fell down the floor. But yeah, the moaner, the beggar, and the beard. Oh, good God. Oh, good God, Arctic. You're gonna get a timeout. These are good questions. Good questions about what happened, but that's a pretty bizarre. Think about it. So, like I said, this is when things are linked, networked together, and you can reach out and touch them on the network, and you know what you're doing. You can do some serious damage. You can shut down power grids. You can surge power voltage. You can shut down robots and cause massive traffic accidents. You can affect radars. You can affect communications, and those things are critical. At every moment, right now, somebody is landing planes at this moment. Somewhere, right now. There are hundreds of thousands of flights every day. Somebody's landing this moment. Can you imagine if the tower communications are gone? I mean, look, when you fly into a commercial airport, you're not the only one. There's planes on the ground, taxiing around, moving around, and you may be able to see a clear runway, but that doesn't mean you see everything. That's why we have air traffic controllers. Can you imagine landing and running to another plane? That's terrible. Not to mention a plane in distress, calling a mayday. Tower, this is, I don't know. Just make up an airline. Windsor Air 325 on approach. Tower, Windsor Air on 325. Co-pilot, navigator switch to alternate frequencies. Tower, this is Windsor 325 on approach. Do we have a clear path? Yeah, can you imagine? Pretty scary stuff. It's not just that, it goes on and on. I mean, we network all kinds of things. Cameras, you can turn off cameras. If you want to do a heist, you can shut down cameras. You can shut down. In the UK, this would be a disaster. They couldn't do crime fighting without their surveillance state. Can you imagine all of the cameras shut off in the UK? People having freedom again. You can walk around without being put on camera. Can you imagine that? That's what I said, Ronaldo. That's the video from the same time as the other video. So, yeah. Fuel prices down. We have electricity. The rand is gaining, and local markets are actually looking okay. South Africa's turned a corner. It's just wishful thinking. Just wishful thinking, Theodorus. Your economy is subject to the whims of the criminals running our economy. So what happens here affects what happens there. We'll see what happens between now and January. So hang on. It's going to be a bumpy ride for South Africans and everybody around the world. We're not out of the woods. There's still plenty going on. So you got to keep that in mind, folks. You've got to keep that in mind. Yeah, but I mean, ships rely on communications for navigation. Submarines require it. Can you imagine disrupting communications alone? Never mind the fact that you could go in and order the wrong thing or so many of the wrong thing and bankrupt a company. Think about that if someone doesn't catch that. I could go in right now and I could tell an Amazon warehouse, if I was a hacker or a state actor, go into an Amazon warehouse and tell them to cancel all their orders of a certain thing, like a new book coming out. Let's say Chris Wyatt has a new bestseller coming out. Yeah, that's going to happen one day. Chris Wyatt has a new bestseller. Everybody's chomping at the bit to get it. They've pre-ordered it, and it's 3 months in advance because Amazon's listed as a pre-order, so it's up there. You can get it. They guarantee delivery on the day that the book is released on September 18th. That's what they guarantee. And guess what happens? Guess what happens, folks? The hacker goes in and shuts off the order from the publisher for all the books, or reduces by a fraction, so it doesn't set off alarm bells. And then there's no books. Amazon loses credibility. Millions of dollars. Here's a novel. Israel Mossad infiltrates a factory in China, loads 1,000 pages with bang. Yeah, there you go. That could be a possibility. Check Julia Flight's ex-Brisbane, Australia. Very interesting. What is that, Brian Cox? Julia Flight's. What do you mean ex-Brisbane? Julia Flights, is that an airline? Julia Flights. Julia Flights, okay. Oh, it's a YouTube. Well, there's an official website. Is that the one you're talking about? Or are you talking about Welcome to Julia Flights? What the hell this is? About us. My name is Julia. I'm the founder of YouTube channel Julia Flights. I started plane spotting. Oh, she's a plane spotter. Okay, whatever. Yep. Plane spotters. Yeah, no, plane spotting's a big deal. I had to deal with when I was a brigade intelligence officer in Hanau. We had people showing up on our installation, standing with binoculars and cameras on our base. And I got called like, hey, what the hell's going on? Who are these people? So I went down and talked to them, and they were plane spotters. They signed into the post. They were granted entry. They weren't in a restricted area. They were doing what's legal. Although in the future they changed the policies. They wouldn't let the plane spotters come on the base. But, yeah. Never understood why Me Too didn't take off in the black community. It's only seen to be used against white guys. Yep. Forgotten Weapons have launched a new book series all about James Bond guns. Huh? I don't know what you guys are writing here. Yeah, I've seen Israeli attack on Hezbollah. Yeah, Theodorus, we talked about it at the beginning of this thing, and the numbers. Let me see if there's an update on that, because the number kept rising as I went to air. So let me go ahead and look and see. Hugo Kruger's got a newsletter in Afrikaans. Mak kan krag sexy, minister. No idea what that's all about. Does that make atomic energy sexy? I think that's what he's saying. So let's go to the news on Google and see what's going on the latest for Hezbollah since we've come on air. Pager explosions kill Hezbollah fighters, wound thousands. We got that one. This one's updated 29 minutes ago. And this one's from the New York Times, updated 43 minutes ago. Pager bombs target Hezbollah members. Not yet fully known how exactly the pagers were made to explode. I can tell you how it was done. Hezbollah has been using a private fixed-line communications network dating back to the early 2000s, according to Reuters. The story was reported on July 9th. The use of pagers appears to be an extension of this method of keeping communications the most basic to avoid being intercepted and tracked. It's not yet fully known how the pagers were made to explode. Some experts on social media said the suspect Israeli intelligence operatives may have intercepted a large order of pagers by the Hezbollah and either rigged them with small explosives or replaced the pagers with similar-looking models, but were actually mini bombs. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah had previously warned the group's members not to carry cell phones, saying that they could be used by Israelis to track their movements. Israel's electronics eavesdropping, including hacking into cell phones and computers, is widely regarded as among the world's most sophisticated. That's true. New York Times, 7 minutes ago, Hezbollah said wireless devices belonging to its members had exploded, and the health minister said more than 2,700 people were injured. Hezbollah blamed Israel, but the Israeli military has declined to comment. We knew all this already. Yep. The son of a Hezbollah lawmaker, Ali Ammar, was among those killed. Lebanon's prime minister visited Beirut's southern suburbs to pay condolences to the parliamentarian. Israeli Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi held a security briefing with other senior generals Tuesday evening. The military said the officers reviewed preparation for defensive and offensive operations on all fronts. Yep. A graphic video from social media recorded at Bamyan Hospital and verified by the New York Times shows scores of injured individuals bleeding on stretchers and beds. The injuries vary in severity. Some appear to be missing parts of their hands. No kidding. Well, that's crazy. Wow. Yeah, this is gore, so I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to look at it real quick and see if I can see. There are a lot of people in this hospital. A lot. Well, this is what happens when you allow your country to be infiltrated and run by terrorists. Gaza, Lebanon. Ladies and gentlemen, people forget Lebanon was a glorious place. In the 1960s, 1970s, Europeans went to Lebanon on holiday, to the beaches of Beirut. It was incredible. George wants a rant, doll. Okay. Okay. All the airport comms is on, so it gives insight into operations, says Brian. Yeah, I'm sure the hospital requested blood donations, Shawnee. I mean, good Lord, it looks pretty scary there. But yeah, what a crazy situation. Well, folks, today we've exposed Ronaldo. And, okay. I've got a thanks here. I got okay. All right. Paulie says, what's this? FBI showed up at Jeremy Kaufman's house. Yeah, I saw that video. It's by Jeremy Kaufman. This is pretty wild. Okay, let me play this. And so this is bizarre. They don't have a warrant. They have no suspected crime. They're just fishing, looking for something to get the guy. Listen, folks, in America, you have a First Amendment right. You have a Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. No statement, no poly, no waiver. That's what you say. And they can only hold you for a certain amount of time. But it looks like pure harassment or intimidation was what's going on here. So let's bring this up. Okay, that there we need, and then we need the screen. So there we go. Let's play this video. Jeremy Kaufman. Now, he's been on the FBI's radar apparently for several years.
Okay.
Here they come.
Hey there. Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
How are you?
Who are you?
I'm Agent O'Donnell with the FBI.
Can you give your full name, please?
I'm Agent O'Donnell with the FBI.
Is that sufficient to identify as only one O'Donnell affiliated with the FBI?
Yeah, so you ask him to identify himself. If you're law enforcement, you are required to identify yourself. You're also required to provide your badge number. Yep.
New Hampshire, yes.
Could you please state your full name, sir?
Could you please stop recording?
No. It's first.
Yep, it's a First Amendment right. He's on his property, and that's a public byway right there. Can you please stop recording? Why does he need to stop recording? Ask yourself why he has to stop recording. There's no basis for that whatsoever. If they don't want to be recorded, by the way, when did FBI agents start walking around with frickin' beards and Van Goghs? I never knew a single FBI agent that wasn't clean shaven. Are these undercover operatives or are they real FBI? Ask yourself that, which he asked.
Amendment right. Okay. What's your name, sir?
Could you stop recording, please?
Absolutely not. You can show me your name and identification, or I'm going to go back.
And he's like, can you stop recording? He's like, absolutely not. You can show me your name and identification. Show me your badge. And he's got his badge here, but it only has his number on it.
I can set my house.
Okay.
I don't really want to broadcast my.
Oh, this is going out right after you guys walk away.
So that's why I'm not going to.
So you can show me your name or ID, you can walk away.
We just want to talk to you.
We just want to help you, I think he said. You can show me your name and ID or you can walk away. Absolutely. He's under no obligation to talk to them. They've not identified a reason they're there to talk to him. They've not said that he's a person of interest or they're conducting an investigation. They've simply accosted him at his residence. Very odd. Yeah, they don't look like FBI. Well, in the movies, but they look like FBI in my experience. I've worked with the FBI extensively.
I'm not going to talk to people who claim to be federal agents unless they can show me identification.
Okay, well, you see our badges?
I need to see... Is your full name on that badge?
No.
I'd like to see something with your full name or I'm not going to talk to you.
I prefer you not to broadcast it.
This will be going online.
I prefer you not to broadcast. Yeah, of course they prefer him not to broadcast because then they can get away with their Gestapo-like state tactics. He does have a sidearm on his hip and a badge, so it's likely they are federal agents, but they're not complying with the requirements.
As soon as you walk away.
Well, all I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made, and if you
Well,
happen to be the one that made the
I'll
All I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all I want to do is talk to you about a post that was made. Unless he made a threat against a public official or threatened violence or tried to incite violence, which is not the case, then they have no business whatsoever talking to him about a post. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Constitution, and these scumbags continually violate it. The First Amendment to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or of abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. You can say what you want on social media within the law. So this is just nonsense, folks, just nonsense. Yeah, he's very calm because he's had this happen before. He knows what he's doing. He's kind of like the First Amendment audit guys.
I want to talk to you about you guys coming here. Say you make a salary of, I don't know what, low 100K? You guys making six figures?
This is funny because he talks about how much money they make as federal employees, which is true, and the amount of money spent and the man hours wasted tracking down someone who posted a comment on social media. Now, he's known, Jeremy Kauffman. He's not like me and a nobody when it comes to social media. He's known, and that's why they're coming to intimidate him. If you posted what he posted, you wouldn't get a call from the FBI. If you're in America, you would not hear from them. But this is clear intimidation by a Gestapo state. And if the polls are true and 50% of the people in America vote for this garbage, then they want fascist totalitarianism. They want Soviet-style government.
Factor in 50% expenses, overhead, maybe 100% expenses. Talking about burning a couple $100 an hour just here, let alone all the time you guys are spending to investigate something that you know is not against the law, right? Like you're familiar with. So then why would you come?
Because we wanted to make sure that there weren't any.
No, you're
So you're here investigating something that's not a criminal act. So why are you here? And they're like, no, it's not. No, it's not against the law. Then why are you here? We wanted to make sure. What did you want to make sure?
Coming because you're part of a regime that does this kind of thing when you know laws aren't being broken.
Exactly
and
right.
That's an embarrassment, man.
It's
Didn't you
shameful.
guys read the Constitution? Do you not believe in America? Like, how do you do your jobs and go home?
We appreciate it.
You're walking away. Because nothing we did is against the law, and you guys are fuckheads that try to act like bullies. And I hope you go home and are embarrassed. You can't even...
Now, this is the part where we part company. I would have said this behind closed doors. I would have said that on camera, and I would have said that too. That all that's going to do is antagonize him, and they're going to come after him. He's going to run a red light. He's going to miss a stop sign. He's going to wind up being charged and arrested and arraigned over a minor technicality because they have the power to do that. Then they'll charge you with a crime, and they'll bankrupt you by taking you to court, tying you down because they have the power to do that. Yeah, he lost his cool there. I wouldn't have said that. He thinks he's clever there, but that is not working in his favor. Not a smart move. But look at the guy on the right. The guy on the left is kind of, he's bemused. But the guy on the right, his feelings are hurt. His feelings hurt when he got called a fuckwad.
Say your name on camera because you know that what you're doing is embarrassing. You know Americans that believe in the Constitution think you're laughable. And you go home and you think about what you did today. Go home and think about it, you cowards.
Now, what I want to know is that's the vehicle that they're in right there. I would have gotten the license plate to see if it's an official plate and a personal plate, and I would have posted it because it's in public. It's not like you're doxing somebody. He came to your house. I would have posted it. So I don't know if he did that. I didn't see that, but they were across the street. Did they go to the wrong house and come over here? Was that a tactic? They didn't get out of the car and come there. They came from across the street. So that's questionable too.
Drive away. Drive away.
Thank you for your time.
Thank
You're not
you for
welcome.
your time.
You
You're
should be
not welcome.
embarrassed.
And then,
Embarrassing.
then insult to injury, he comes up to them. This could be considered aggressive. I mean, he's not doing anything wrong, but look, you don't, armed officers are there. You don't raise the tension, just like Tyreek Hill. So I disagree with this portion of what he's doing here. This is not wise. He's just being gratuitous. So watch what happens at the end.
You guys are embarrassing.
There you go. There you go. New Hampshire license plates. There you go, right there. New Hampshire license plates. That's a privately owned vehicle, or it's undercover. It's most likely privately owned, belongs to one of those agents. Yep. And look at the rubbish on the road. Oh, you can't see it. My picture's in the way. Hang on. Right. Can you see it now? Hang on a second. I got the wrong camera off. There we go. Look where I just disappeared on the screen. See the water bottle? Pigs. And look at the sidewalk. Talk about not taking the respect in your neighborhood. Look how that's all summer growth, that grass. No one's went out and cut that stuff out. In our neighborhood, people cut that stuff out so we have a proper looking thing. Yeah. What a bunch of pigs. So, including this guy. That's in front of his house. He doesn't clean it up. Anyway, let's see the rest of this. But his response is not something I would have done. It's so juvenile. So juvenile. Sorry, folks. That's just so juvenile. So juvenile. That was unnecessary. And that's just going to cause him problems. Yep. Anyway, that's Jeremy Kaufman. Now, I saw that. Yep. So let's see if he's posted anything else on that. I'll go to his account. Make free, make babies, build stuff, and have fun. He sounds like Elon Musk. Oh, Newsweek request for comment. Oh, look at this. Newsweek requested to comment. They said, do you wish to comment further? Was it right or in the public interest for you to film the FBI agents came to your house? Have you heard anything more from the FBI? Any news publication that would ask whether it's in the public interest to record law enforcement officers who refuse to state their names has gone too far to respond at length. Think about what you've become and be better. Whoa! Correct. Well said, Jeremy Kaufman. He said he's had the pleasure of dealing with adversarial media for more than 5 years. Through my experience, I discovered something I call the single sentence technique. Don't give them a surface to mind. Make them quote what you care to say. Asked about the exchange, Kaufman said even morally questionable groups such as Reuters journalists or Proud Boys should be allowed to speak to others that want to hear them. Well said by putting Reuters in there with the Proud Boys. Wow. Yep. When your wife is also pro-liberty extremist, getting investigated by the FBI means you still have to cook dinner. Wouldn't have the balls to do it without you, he said to his wife. What's this? Extremist Rachel Goldsmith and Jerry Kaufman. Goldsmith is a leader of the New Hampshire chapter for the extremist group Moms for Liberty, which threatened to put bounties on educators' heads for teaching divisive concepts. Kaufman, Goldsmith's husband, is the leader of the state's notoriously far-right Libertarian Party and best known for his incendiary rhetoric. Oh my goodness. There's a picture of his wife here. Why doesn't that show up? So here he is, Jeremy Kaufman. There he is with his wife. Are they being targeted because they're Jewish? Maybe. So Jeremy Kaufman might have called me soft because this is what he says. He's replying to Jonathan Bowen. I understand your frustration, but you could have handled that in a better way. I'm not saying that those guys just doing a job, but I am saying that your disparagement of them, hurling personal insults, isn't the way you could have been assertive without the histrionics. And he says, this type of softness momentum is causing civilization to crumble. No, it's not. My admonishment to you is that you've simply antagonized them, and they have the power to destroy your life. So it's just not wise. Just not wise. Interview with your favorite player. Phil Hayward. I'm sorry, what are you talking about? I'm sorry, Phil. Who's my favorite player? In what sport? What are you talking about? Yeah. So there you go. Yep. So that'll be a topic on my program tomorrow night on the radio. Yep. Anyway, that's fascinating, to say the very least. Fascinating. I got 100 likes finally. We got there. Okay. So I don't know what Phil's saying, but Phil, can you tell me what you're getting at? I'm curious. Tonight I've got to burn flags. Burning flags tonight, folks. Yeah. It's flag burning day. No, it's not in protest. It's a respectful flag retirement ceremony. That's how you do it. You burn the flags in a respectful ceremony when they're tattered and worn. Yes, we're burning flags because it's time. This is a periodic event about once a quarter because people put flags on their homes. They put them on poles outside. And the flag etiquette is that when a flag becomes soiled, damaged, torn, You're supposed to remove it and replace it. And you fold it up properly into the trifold, and then you take the flag to a disposal place. The Boy Scouts do it. Veterans organizations have boxes. We have a box outside our VFW. It gets full of flags every month when people put them in there. Then we take the flags periodically, and they go and have a ceremony. The Boy Scouts are conducting it, or Scouts are conducting it tonight, and I'll be there for the ceremony. We have one big Garrison flag we have to cut up. So Dion Free and John Dobson in Egg Chasers. Okay, Dion Free is among my favorite players. What about him? Well, I have no contact with Dion Free, and John Dobson knows who I am. I have had a conversation with him in a press conference at Loftus Versfeld when he acknowledged me and he knew who I was. That was pretty cool. But no, I don't. Trump needs to weaken the cartels. Well, Trump needs to become president first, Pablo Charlie. That's job number one. Actually, you do burn a flag, Richard Kuhn. You do. That's flag etiquette. That's how it's done. Flag burning ceremonies are legitimate. PROP, flag disposal. Proper flag disposal. The approved method for disposing of unserviceable flags has long been that they may be destroyed by burning. U.S. Department of Defense. U.S. flag is considered such a sacred symbol that burning in an undignified manner constitutes desecration. So, how to properly dispose of worn out U.S. flags. It's from 2020. Department of Defense News. And there you see it. See the Marines or Navy personnel walking out. What the hell is that guy doing with a beard? That's a ridiculous shaving profile. There's two of the black guys have them, yes. Anyway, so that's out of control. This is how you do it. Many Americans proudly fly the U.S. flag at their homes and places of work, but what do you do with it when it's old and ratty and you're ready for a new one? Don't just throw it in the trash like any other old item. That's considered disrespectful. There's etiquette for displaying old glory. There's also etiquette for disposing of it. Flag retirement ceremonies. Many state and county government offices and veterans of foreign wars posts have flag disposal boxes outside their buildings. Police stations also collect them. Once the disposal boxes are full, various organizations such as the American Legion, VFW, and the Scouts collect the flags and hold flag retirement ceremonies. Rules on how to properly fly the flag were established in June 1923 when the National Flag Conference met in Washington. Its members created the Flag Code, which states that the flag represents a living country and is itself considered a living thing. The American Legion passed a resolution about flag retirement in 1937, and they've been an important ritual ever since. The approved method of disposing of unserviceable flags has long been that they be destroyed by burning. The U.S. flag is considered such a sacred symbol that burning it in an undignified manner constitutes desecration. That's why the ceremonies are held in a specific manner. Every year on June 14th, Flag Day, it's considered the most appropriate day to hold flag disposal ceremonies, which are often held at night. During the American Legion ceremony, participants stand in line in two parallel rows, opposite about 20 feet apart, facing each other, small burn beyond the rows of members opposite the Legion commander. So, yep. There you go. Once the flag's been fully consumed, make sure to safely extinguish the fire, and of course, make sure you're conforming to local and state fire codes. Other veteran service organizations say people may also bury the folded flag in a dignified manner or recycle them, an option that's common for flags made of synthetic or nylon material that can be hazardous if burned. Some groups, including the nonprofit Stars for Our Troops, carefully cut embroidered stars out of the flags and give them to the veterans with a note that reminds them their service won't be forgotten. There you go, folks. That is the way you dispose of a flag properly, legally and legitimately, the flag code. Yep, so you heard it here. You can't call me on that. I know my country. I know the standards. I know the norms. And I know the bullshit. So I'm a patriotic American who won the Daughters of the American Revolution. American, what's the code for it? Anyway, I won the DAR award when I was in high school. Yep. So this is in U.S. code. U.S. code, 4 U.S. code, United States flag, seal, state of government, and the states. Chapter 1, the flag. Yep. And it has it right here. Executive orders that apply. Yep, the different sizes that are authorized for executive agencies from 20 by 38 feet down to 1 by 2.5 feet. Yep, flag code. It's there. Anyway, so that's the flag code. Let me save that because I don't have that handy here. BFW, that's where I'll save it. Okay, cool beans. Yep, so that's how it works, folks. New laws must say, what's this? Mandatory hard labor just for membership. Isn't Guy Fawkes in the U.S.? Guy Fawkes is not a thing in the U.S., George. It's an English thing. Remember the 5th of November. Is it the 5th of November? I think it's Guy Fawkes, isn't it? 5th of November? I think it was the 5th of November, right? drawing a blank here. Pretty sure it was the 5th of November. Anyway, so Guy Fawkes Day is not something, Americans don't even know about it. It's not something we celebrate. So, I mean, almost no Americans ever heard of it. I only know about it because I lived in Commonwealth countries. Yep. The agent on the left was Jewish. I don't know the racism role or authorities anti-Semitic. They include members of your group. I don't know what that means. Now you may finally understand how difficult it was to get Afrikaners, Brits, and blacks in the midst of war, and they're still all mates. So there will be a fresh new look on many porches and lawns. Well, that's already the case, Debbie. People have disposed of the flags over a period of time. Like I read there, you empty the box when it's full, and you have the ceremony. So, I mean, there could be flags in there that somebody put in there in March. There could be flags that somebody put in there yesterday. It goes back a ways. But we're doing a big ceremony, and it's other folks are bringing flags. And anybody can bring a flag, too. It doesn't have to be dropped off at one of the places. It's a very solemn ceremony. It's pretty cool. I haven't done these before, but as a commander of the VFW, I'm going to go tonight. Anyway, so there'll probably be a fresh look all over the place. George says, my bad. No worry, George, no worry. No worries. I would love to interview Dion Free. That'd be great. But I need contact for him if somebody's got a contact for him or can tell him. I haven't really interviewed any players since the World Cup debacle when the scumbag fraudulently attacked me. No. Oh, is that what he's saying? We're saying we're due a Guy Fawkes event? The gunpowder plot? I don't think we need a gunpowder plot because it was unsuccessful. That was cocked up. Yeah, the gunpowder plot was not well thought out, and it was poorly executed, so not smart. Weather ones does make sense, so they get their own retirement. Yeah, it is. It's very dignified, Debbie, and that's why we do it that way. Yep, that's why we do it that way. All right, anyway. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up here. 111 likes. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't seen the interview with Derek Hamann, the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of the Solidarity Movement, please go watch that. It's a good conversation. It lasts about an hour. We're talking about the Bella Bill. And that's the crux of the discussion. So remember, it's the Indama conversation with Chris. It's not me as a journalist sitting there asking a question. It's a conversation, sharing ideas, and asking questions. So that's why we do it that way. All right, research the what? Jerry can. I know what Jerry can is. We have that. We still use that term in America, Jerry can. It's named after the Germans, the Krauts. Yep. Looking at Sean Diddy. What are you looking at him for, Sean? Yep. All right. Okay. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. God bless. Have a good day. I've got lots to do, including a flag burning ceremony tonight. So I got to prep for these things. You all take care. And don't forget, tomorrow, Neil DeBeer will be on the program at a special time. So we will likely start tomorrow's news broadcast a half hour early. So watch for that a half hour early. Yeah, the conversation. But someone already had that name for their website, so I didn't pick it. Yep. 50 days. What do you think? Oh, I think Trump wins, but I'm not confident. I mean, look what they're doing. They're running around wasting manpower when we have terrorists coming across the border, when we have sex traffickers, when we have interstate criminal violations, all sorts of things. We have a corrupt government. The FBI is hunting down someone over something they posted online, which isn't criminal. That's nothing but intimidation. Yeah, I suspect he'll drop names, but if he's the architect of all of it, he's not going to get out of it. All right. Thank you all so much. That's going to wrap it up for. Oh, look how the light changes there by me doing that. I get more reflection of the light coming back. Notice the camera change when I do that? That's pretty wild. Can you see that? The light reflects better as I got a backdrop there. All right, Sedgefield, good to see you there. I'm out of here. Be safe. But by the way, before I go, do you guys like this? Which do you like better, this microphone when I do the news or the other one? So, which? The red one in front of Chris. All right, answer the poll. 70 people here. Can I get some responses on that? Okay, looking forward to Neil DeBeer. Yep. My take, run away. Run away from what, man? From P. Diddy? Yeah, no, that's probably smart. So do you like the red one that I put down here in front of me? That's this one here. Or do you like the boom? Now, I'm not asking so much whether you like the red or purple, because I can make this any color I want. I can make it turn colors. I can make it flash. I can make it blink. I can make it do all kinds of things. It's a well-trained microphone. But the question is, do you like the boom or do you like the one in front of me? I usually use the one in front of me for the news. Today, I felt it should be a little more intimate. I do this now for interviews. This boom microphone, I like it better. Garrett says it's the content that intrigues me. Well, that's good news. That's what we want. Better sound from the red one, says Charles. Okay, all right. Funny thing, when I do recorded videos, I get better sound from the purple one, the boom mic, than I do from the red one on the recording. When I compile the video, it comes out better sounding with this one all the time. It's just weird. I don't understand why. Oh, people like the red one. That's good to see. Okay, you don't like the boom. That's good to know. I need that feedback. It helps make a difference. So I will continue doing what I'm doing now, and I won't make a switch from one to the other. So, yep, I'll continue to do it the way I'm doing it now. So thank you for that. The one in front looks better when you rant. It probably does, because you can see more of my body and more of my face. It's not about red or purple. It's personality that matters. Okay, Dylan Kruger, thank you for that. Yeah, the sound varies with the boom mic because I don't have it on. It's on a cardioid setting right now. I don't have it so it picks up everywhere, and I move away from it, and the sound it's taking it in right here right now. So it doesn't take it in there or there. Whereas the red one, I have the same thing, but it's always in front of me. So anyway, all right, let me close that. So people like the red one. Cool beans, good to know. Make the purple one what? Blue. When you get a rant, it goes red. That would be cool. You have a little button and turn it red. It slowly heats up. That would be so cool. As I start to do a rant, this microphone goes from purple and it starts going up. Because I can let me see. Watch this with this microphone. I can do all kinds of things with it. It start turning red. Wouldn't that be cool? Come on, where's it at? Software microphone. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. Let's see. It's in bidirectional right now. So, why is that cardioid? Oh, I got to change the dial on it. Okay. Well, it's telling me it's in that position. I thought it was in a different one. All right. So, light sync. Here we go. All right. So, let's see. It's solid. I can do breathing. There you go. The microphone is breathing. Now let's go to cycle. It'll cycle through all the colors. That's very distracting. I couldn't do that. Okay. Then it has confetti. Look at it. That's confetti. Then we have sun, where it blinks. Twilight. There you go. That might be the right one to use. It turns red. That's funny. Anyway. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's all software based. The old one didn't have that. And I can change the color anytime I want, but I like that color. So, all right. It won't let me connect to the other one. I don't think I can change the other one. Anyway, it only has one color for them. Okay, so honorable ceremony of cremation of the flag. Sorry if I missed. No, it's okay, Richard. No, it's okay. You're right. You never burn the flag. It's as a political statement, it's incorrect. But proper disposal of flag does involve burning or burying. But I don't think burying is the right way. I think burning is the best way. All righty. Cheers, everybody. Twilight, he said. Okay. Catch you later. I'm hungry. A little nauseated, too. So I'm not eating. Cheers. Bye-bye.